We're going to look at how to use a program that's standard in Windows 10 and 11 called Paint 3D. This is how it opens. Let me show you how I got here. Here's how we open the Paint 3D program, free with Windows 10 and 11. In the lower left corner of my Windows 10 machine, you see the search field, and I'm going to start typing Paint 3D, P-A-I-N-T. Don't even have to finish the 3D part. Paint 3D comes up as the #1 result, and it's the app. Now when I click this, it's going to open the software and we can get started. Okay, once the program launches, this is the interface that we are presented with, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick a new item. What we're going to do is we're going to drag a photo into Paint 3D with the goal of removing the background. So I have a photo just out of view here on my desktop, picture of a Siamese cat. Let me click and drag that into the space here. Okay, so now we've got the cat, and we're going to choose Magic Select. Now Magic Select, you can find it either up here near the top on the menu, if you will, with the icon, or there's another way to get to it over here. Magic Select. Really doesn't matter which way you go. I'll go ahead and click over here on the right side panel. Now that Magic Select is open, you'll see a bounding box around the image. And what we need to do is we need to adjust the rectangle to only include the desired subject. So I want to grab these handles. Any of these white dots will serve as a handle. And I want to get as close as I can to the subject, which is the cat. The closer we get, the easier it is for the software to discern what the subject is. Okay. Now I'm following the directions here, right? Drag in the corners or sides to show us what to focus on. We focus on the cat. Now we're going to click Next. My cursor's over here. 1, 2, 3, Next. Now we see how it did, and it did a pretty good job on the right side, but it missed a lot of the cat over here. So we're gonna have to fix that. Now there's a tool that will help us fix that, and it says over here, refine your cutout by adding or removing things from the selection. So I'm going to click Add, and I'm just going to make little marks where I want the software to add. Okay, so I just brought the eyes back by adding. Now let me see if I can get this side of the cat. Let me work from this side over. See how we do. Okay, now let's see if we can bring this part of the cat back. Yeah, okay, pretty good. So I think we've done a nice job here. If there were parts that were selected by mistake, then we could use the remove tool. But at this point in time, I think we can consider this a project done. So let me go ahead and click over here and say done. I'm ignoring this, by the way, autofill background. In my experience, checking or unchecking, it really doesn't make much difference. So let's just leave it alone here. I'm going to say done over here. So my cursor's over here on the right side. Done. 1, 2, 3. Done. All right. So now we're coming down, and I'm going to work on this to. Now you'll notice that we've got a whole bunch of things popping up here. These are tips to help us, and I'm just going to ignore them because I've been through them already. These circles here would allow us to manipulate this image and spin it and twist it and such, but that's really not what we want to do. What I want to do now is I want to copy the result. In other words, I know this just looks like the cat in the rectangle, but let's just trust this that it will remember only the cat and none of the background. So I'm going to come over here on the right side panel, and I'm looking under the edit category. I'm over here, and I'm looking for this one, which is copy. So I'm going to say copy and it presumably has saved it to the clipboard. Okay. Now we're going to come up to the top menu on the top left corner up here, and we're going to say New. And it's going to say, do we want to save the work? And I'm not going to save the work. I've been given a new workspace, if you will. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to right click on the workspace and I'm going to say paste. I'm right here. And sure enough, what I copied to the clipboard is now being pasted here. Now you'll notice that it's much too big. Let me zoom down here. We get a sense of the size. And I'm going to click one of these corners and bring this down to size. Now I should be able to use this and place it on the white background. Okay. And now if I use the zoom tool in the upper right here, you get a better feel of what we've got. Okay. So this is allowing us to have removed the background from the original photograph, isolated, or as we would say, selected only the cat, and then we copied that selection of the cat to the clipboard. We then opened a new document by coming up to the menu item, and then we right-click, pasted inside the new blank project, and the cat came up. Now the cat came up way too big, so we adjusted our sliders here such that we could manipulate and bring the size of the cat down. Again, you can still do this here. So you can do the adjustment if you want, depending on how you want to play with the background. Okay. Now, at this point in time, we should save our work, right? So I'm going to come up here to the menu, top left up here, and I'm going to say save. And it's going to say save as a what? You save as an image, a model, a video. Well, we want to save it as an image. Okay, so I'm going to click on image, and it's now asking me for some information. Save as what kind of image? In this case, we want to choose JPEG, so we're going to use this pull down menu, and we're going to click JPEG. Okay. Now, when I come down to the bottom to actually do the save, by the way, this is telling me how large this resulting rectangle is. When we save this as a JPEG, the white background is going to be included. Okay? If we saved it as a PNG, it would be just the cat with a transparent background, and that's probably not what we want in this case. We want the cutout of the cat to be on a plain background so an artist could fill in their own choice for background. I'm not going to worry about any of these things. This is the fact of how it's prescribed, and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say save. I'm in the bottom right corner. Now it's asking me where I want to save it. Well, I'm just going to save it on my desktop so it's easy to find. And for the name, I'm going to say cat on a white background. And I'm going to save it again as a JPEG. And I'm going to say save. Okay. Now I'm going to minimize this so we don't need to see this. I'm going to show you this is the result on my desktop, cat on a white background JPEG. Let me double click it, and you see that that's exactly what we want. Okay, so now you could print this on white paper and you'd be all set. This has been fun. Hope it helps.